Good day, sir. This is my laboratory activity explanation video for laboratory activity 9. We have here imports NumPy for numerical calculation and arrays. Next, imports Matplotlib for plotting graphs, and imports SymPy for symbolic mathematics. And line 5 for define symbolic variables. Line 6 is to define z as a symbolic variable for z transform expressions. Line 7 is to define n as a positive integer index. Defines n as a positive integer index or the discrete time. Number 9, line 9 is for z transform formulas. Line 10, line 11 is to line 10 and line 11 is to comments explaining standard z transform pairs. And this line is for display the theoretical formulas. Line 13 is to print the name of the unit step signal. Line 14 is to print the z transform formula of u of n. And line 15 is to print a new section for the impulse signal. Line 16 is to print the z transform of delta n. And line 18 is for define z transforms. Line 19 is to symbolic z transform of the unit step function. And the line 20 is to symbolic z transform of the impulse functions. Line 22 is for manual inverse z transform. Line 23 is to print a section header. Line 24 is to displace the z transform u of n. Line 25 is to shows the standard inverse z transform formula. Line 26 is to explains why the result is u of n. And line 28 is to display the z transform of delta n. And line 29 is to shows the inverse z transform rule. Line 30 is to states the final result. Okay. Line 33 is for convert to time domain representation. Line 34 is to print a new section header. Line 35 is to creates discrete time values from 0 to 9. Line 36 is to generate u of n is equal to 1 for all n greater than or equal to 0. Line 37 is to create 0 array for delta n. Line 38 is to sets delta 0 equal to 1, others are 0. Line 39 and line 40 is to print numerical values of both signals. So yun. Okay. And line 43 for create complex z-plane values. Yes. Line 44 is to create angle from 0 to pi. Line 45 is to creates radius values from 0.1 to 2. Line 46 is to generate complex z values in polar form. Line 48 for calculate z transform numerically for plotting. Line 49 is to calculate z transform of u of n in the z plane. Line 50 is to z transform of delta n which is constant 1. Line 52 is for plot results. Line 53 is to create a 2 by 2 grid of plots. Line 55 is for unit step magnitude. Line 56 up to line 57 is to plot magnitudes of u of n z transform for two radius values. This line 58 is to add plot title. Line 59 to line 62 is for adding labels, legend, and grid. Okay. Line 64 for unit step pace. Line 65 up to line 66 is to plot space response of the unit step z transform. And line 67 and up to 71 is for labels, legends, and grid also. Line 73 is line 73 is for impulse magnitude pala. Line 74 up to line 75 is to shows that impulse magnitude is constant. Line 82 for impulse pace. Line 83 up to line 84 means I is to show zero pace for all values. And line 85 up to line 89 is ang function niya is nag-add po ng label, legend, and grid. Yun. And for this, line 91 is to adjust spacing and leaves room from line 91 is to for adjust spacing and leaves room for header text. Yun. Line 93 up to line 1 line 104 siya yung ito po yung formats the header text. And for this line 107 is to displays all figures. For the summary for laboratory activity 9 code, this code demonstrates Z transform and inverse Z transform, verifies result numerically, visualizes magnitude and pace in the Z plane, and is well structured for a signal processing lab. Ito po yung kinalabasan ng ating code, the output. This is our magnitude of Z transform of U of n, our pace of Z transform of U of n, and magnitude of Z transform of delta n, and last, our pace of Z transform of delta n. And our guide questions. First question, what is the region of convergence for the Z transform of the unit step function? My answer is the region of convergence is absolute of Z greater than 1 or the outside the unit circle. This means the Z transform is valid for all Z values with magnitude greater than 1. Second question, what type of singularity appears in the Z transform of U of n? Where is it located? My answer is there is a pole or singularity at Z is equal to 1. This is where the denominator Z minus 1 becomes 0, making the function undefined. Third question, based on the plots, how does the magnitude of Z, the quantity of U of m, behave near its pole? My answer is the magnitude increases rapidly or spikes as Z approaches the pole at Z is equal to 1. It becomes very large near the pole and approaches infinity at exactly Z is equal to 1. Fourth question, why is the Z transform of delta n equal to 1 for all Z? My answer is because delta n is only non-zero at n is equal to 0, where delta 0 is equal to 1. The Z transform sum becomes x of z is equal to delta 0 times z raised to 0 is equal to 1 times 1. Then we get equal to 1. All other terms are 0. Question. Explain briefly how Python helps visualize and analyze signal in the Z domain. So, di pala to question. Putos pala. So, Python allows us to plot magnitude and pace of Z transform, visualize how transforms behave at different points in the complex plane, verify theoretical results numerically, and see the effects of poles and zeros graphically. 6 questions. Compute manually the Z transform of the sequence x of n is equal to a raised to n u of n. Does your result match the Python output if you test it? So, this is my manual computation. So, see, x of z is equal to summation of n is equal to 0 up to infinity. Yan. And the result is z all over z minus a, and ROC is equal to absolute of z greater than or greater than absolute of a. So, my answer is yes. If you test with a is equal to 1, you get x of z is equal to z all over z minus 1, which matches the unit step result. For our seventh question or last question, what is the significance of the inverse Z transform in signal processing? The inverse Z transform converts frequency domain representation back to time domain or the discrete signals. It's important because we analyze signals in the Z domain, but we need time domain signals for actual implementation, and it helps verify that our transforms are correct. So that's all. Thank you.